If you are a Chinese professional who spends hours practicing English but still can't get better results at work, this video is for you. Hello everyone, my name is Carrie. I spent 13 years as a conference interpreter working with leaders like Warren Buffett and Ray Dalio and for organizations like the UN and Goldman Sachs. Now I coach busy professionals like you to improve their English communication and build more confidence at work. So you are a smart professional. You spend hours practicing English, but in meetings and conversations you still feel stuck. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because that you're not born to do this. It's because you've never learned about the rules of effective practice. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you 3 powerful rules of effective practice so you can see more progress in less time. The first rule is to set an ultra clear and ultra specific goal. And I know what you're thinking right now. Come on, I've heard about this before. I know my goals are pretty clear. That's exactly the problem. You think your goals are clear and specific, but in reality, they are so far away from clear and specific. And that's the reason you stay stuck, because if it's not clear, not specific, you wouldn't know what to do. Almost everyone who comes to me says the same thing. Carrie, I want to improve my English. I feel so anxious. I want to get better. I understand that feeling, but here's the problem. Your goal of I want to improve my English is way too vague, way too broad to be useful. What does improve my English mean? Think about it. Are we talking about speaking, listening, reading, or writing? Or even it's speaking, do you mean small talk, giving presentation, or explaining your ideas better in your meetings? So now you can see, if you don't have a specific goal, it's very difficult to even start thinking about what to do next. So it is not laziness, it's not procrastination, it's actually confusion. Because you don't have a clear goal, so you don't know what to do. So here comes the question, how do you set an ultra clear and specific goal? What you can do is to reverse engineer from the specific problem you are having. Let me show you how this works with a real example from my coaching program. So a student once told me, Carrie, I want to speak better in meetings. First of all, this goal already is way more specific than I want to improve my English, but it's still too vague and too broad for her to act on. And that's why she didn't know what to do, and she came to me. Because speaking better in meetings can mean anything. It can mean making better small talk, it can mean asking better questions or giving clearer presentations. So now you can see the goal is still a little bit too vague. That's why she didn't know where to begin. So I asked her this question, what exactly is the hardest part for you in meetings? In what situations do you feel like your speaking completely falls apart? She thought about the question for a minute and then she said, well, if I get an unexpected question, I freeze up. My mind is blank and I don't know what to say. A lot of times I need my boss or my colleagues to jump in and answer the question for me. Okay, this is awesome. Now we have something to work with. We took that specific problem and turned it into an ultra clear and specific goal. Learn how to handle unexpected questions in meetings without freezing up. And once the goal is ultra clear and ultra specific, the plan reveals itself. First, I taught her simple ways to buy time, like saying, that's a great question. Let me think about it for a minute. Second, we practiced thinking out loud. So even if she didn't know the answer right away, she could still show her thought process. Third, she started writing down all the tough questions that made her freeze up and practiced answering those questions in her own time. So next time the questions came up, she would be ready. So with this ultra clear goal and a step-by-step plan, she finally knew exactly what to do and how to practice. And the result is amazing. In less than a month, she told me, Carrie, I no longer fear impromptu questions. I can handle them right now. I feel so confident in English meetings. So here's the takeaway. Start with specific problem that frustrates you the most, and then you reverse engineer and figure out what your ultra clear and specific goal is. The clearer the goal, the clearer the plan, and the faster you can improve. The second mistake you might be making is trying to fix everything at once. You sit down to practice and try to work on too many things at the same time. Grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, delivery, fluency. And when your attention is splitted or divided like that, you cannot make real or fast progress. And the correct way to practice is to focus on one problem at a time. Let me tell you the story about how I learned this the hard way. When I was in grad school learning to be an interpreter, I struggled a lot. As a beginner, my interpreting had so many problems. For example, I would miss key information because I didn't fully understand the original. When I didn't know how to say something in a different language, I would make things up. I have a lot of filler words like and ah. My tone didn't match the speaker. I often restart sentences in the middle. You get the picture. I had a lot of problems in my interpreting. So I thought, if I just practice the same section over and over and over again, maybe one time I could just fix all my problems. So I just did that. I remember there was one time I practiced one section, like a 1 minute section, for about 2 hours. And when I listened back, it was still horrible. So I went to my professor and I said, hey, I don't know what's going on with me. I feel like I'm practicing a lot, but it's not working. So my professor asked me a question. She said, Carrie, how did you practice? So I told her exactly what I did. She listened and then said, I know the problem. You are trying to fix everything at the same time. Your brain cannot do that. Then she explained to me, when we are doing something complicated, for example, if we're trying to practice a new skill, our brain is already overloaded. If we try to solve 5 problems at the same time, the brain literally cannot handle that. So if you tell the brain to just focus on one thing at a time, actually the brain can focus and do a much better job. So I tried it, and whoa, it worked so well. When I focused on just removing my filler, all my fillers disappeared, even though my grammar and my mistakes are still there. But I can see real progress, and it felt really good. I know, it might feel like focusing on one problem at a time would make you practice longer, but actually it wouldn't. In reality, you actually progress much faster. You also feel better, more in control, because you can see improvement every single round. The third and final rule is the most powerful one. It's what separates people who improve quickly from those who stay stuck for months or even years. It's called rapid reality feedback. Without rapid reality feedback, there's no way you can make real progress, and absolutely no chance you are going to make progress fast. So this is something that I've seen over and over when I work with top CEOs, experts, and high performers around the world. The people who improve the fastest are the ones who build fast feedback loops. They don't wait days or weeks to find out what's working. They test early, they build the feedback loop, and the feedback loop is actually very short, very fast, very frequent. And this way, they can get information and they can keep growing. So now we have to answer the question, how can you do the same? How can you create fast feedback loop for yourself when you are practicing English? There are actually many ways to do it. For example, you can record yourself speak and listen and watch back. You can present to real people and ask for honest reaction. You can pay attention to how people respond when you speak to them. If they look kind of confused or bored, you can ask them why. Or you can work with a coach or mentor who can give you feedback. So you can see that there are many different ways for you to create fast feedback loop for yourself. What you don't want to do is to practice in a bubble. I see a lot of people do that. They will practice for hours, days, practice for a long time, but they never get feedback from reality. They rely on how they think they've done rather than getting a reality check or real feedback from other people. So if you build a feedback loop that is fast and frequent, your practice becomes a system, because every time you get the feedback, you know how to iterate, you know how to get better. And this way you can make progress really fast and you will be unstoppable. So to sum up, set an ultra clear and specific goal. Focus on one problem at a time and get real feedback fast. That's how you become unstoppable and make progress fast. If you like this video, you probably also enjoy this video. In this video, I talk about 2 traps that secretly hold you back your progress. Those are the mistakes that a lot of people make when they're trying to improve their professional English. I'll see you in the next video.